fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new silver excuse, I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet out. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here. And now, whenever we last left off with this series, we had Izuku Carter. Now, where Izuku Carter was with his situation, he has become an excommunicado, meaning that he is now, well, fucked, in a sense. He has to run and make sure that he can survive. Now, the amount of money that is on his head, I do want to say, is about $10 million. Now, along with that, the fact that Izuku Carter is considered to be quirkless by the entire Hitman organization, everybody saw this as an easy hit. The boy is skilled, yes, but he can't possibly stand up to a quirk, could he? No. That's not what people thought. Now, Izuku Carter. He has gone through a lot since that day that he started running and did not look over his shoulder. And he did leave one message behind before he got out of the city to both his wives. Protect Eri. Now, that day was roughly 2 years ago. And Izuku is roughly about 24 to almost 25 years old. And we do have today, where continental people are searching up and down Japan, and in every part of the world, places where Izuku Carter is rumored to have surfaced. Them looking in the Russian Mafia, the American Mafia, the Italian Mafia, anywhere. Any organization they are looking into, along with the outside advisor organizations trying to find Midoriya. Now, as far as anyone is concerned, he's vanished. Without a trace, he's just a ghost. And this led to certain people, the high table roughly, actually wanting to search for Midoriya, far and wide. Now, with that being said, Toru and Momo were actually kept under lock and key, along with Eri. It was seen as they have a personal stake in this man being hunted down. So until they can figure out where he is, these two aren't going anywhere. Now, with all of that, we do cut to a cafe, where a man is keeping his head down, and he actually is just trying to enjoy his breakfast. As a few people do actually walk into the cafe and look around, wondering where he is. They know he's got to be here somewhere. Now, with that, the person who is just enjoying their breakfast, they do look up and see these men, as they actually do go to grab a man at the bar. The moment that actually does happen, the man does jump up and spin around, quickly smashing the man directly in his throat before grabbing his gun, as he actually does go to push the man upwards and towards his ally behind him. Midoriya actually using the gun and firing to his left before bringing it up and firing off to his right, and killing both men. As it does happen, the man sitting at the table or the booth who is enjoying his breakfast does stand up with a gun. And he does go to fire off at Midoriya. Him actually shooting Midoriya directly in his shoulder. As Midoriya takes a shot and hits the ground, before the man does try and put several bullets into Midoriya's back. Now, as he does do that, he does go to walk over to Midoriya and go to pick him up and take him in for the money. As Midoriya actually does swing around and throw his hand up into the man's face. As he does so, he does just swing the man directly all around the cafe, or the diner, smashing him into chairs and actually smashing him onto the counter. As Midoriya does get back up onto his feet and move towards the man trying to claw away at Midoriya's clay arm. As he's confused, cursing and shouting what the fuck. As Midoriya would take a pot of coffee and grab him by his throat. Him pouring the scalding coffee down it before just beating him over the face with the pot. As he then does just smash the man's head directly into something. Now, as that does happen, Midoriya does go to walk away and leave. Now, the very moment he does step outside the cafe, everyone is staring at him. The streets are clear, and there's an entire organization in front of him, telling him to turn himself in, and to simply just put his hands up. Midoriya doing so as he does actually go to take off the coat he's wearing. The moment they all do see him take it off, they're confused. Until Midoriya does pull tear gas grenades directly out of his arms. And he simply just does throw them all. The moment they're actually fired off into the crowd, people do go to fire off at him, where he was standing. And the grenades, they do actually dispense gas. Now, Midoriya then took off as fast as he could. And he got about half a block down into an alleyway, before just turning back to human. And actually remolding his face. As he does just think, shit, they're finding a pattern now. Don't have many resources left. Now, Midoriya actually does check up on his arm, where that bullet was able to graze him before he turned his arm to clay. Not too much of a deep wound, but he does just morph the skin around it and cover it. As he does just sit there like a bum, thinking for a minute. Fuck. They keep chasing me. They're getting faster, they're getting better. Okay. Let's see. Midoriya, stay focused. Carter, stay focused. What do I know? Let's see. Okay. That guy back then. His story was true. I know that much. He was a Carter, as much as I hate to say it. And there's a few other things in that file. I can't find his father's name. So, John Doe. Now, along with that, there's Eri, Momo, and, well, Toru. Wherever they're at, this is big. I haven't been able to reach any of them. And, well, let's see. The High Table themselves. I know they're connected to this somehow. Now, Midoriya knows this because of a little bit of evidence he's found. The man, he was able to trace back his mentor. And the moment he did, he then raided the man's house. And even looked through files and text messages he did have. Along with a case that was burned. A case from the High Table. So, if there was any evidence to involve the High Table in any of this, it's already been destroyed. But that case itself, only certain people get them. He knows that. And they're delivered straight from the people at the front desk of a Continental. Let's see. I went over the guy's travel records and flight records. So, wherever he picked it up that briefcase from. Now, Midoriya does think those briefcases, they would arrive at the nearest Continental to them. However, from looking at the man's paid records, that Continental would have been, the one they were at. So, he's tried multiple other places in Japan, except for that one place. He has to walk right back into the hornet's nest. Now, with that being said, Izuku, he does get out of the alleyway and head to his safe house. Whenever he does get there, he takes one of the cars that he does have hot-wired, stolen and plates changed from. And he then does leave on a road trip, being able to coast into the radar of multiple other people, as he just looks like a shabby tourist. Now, with that being said, Midoriya does park the car a block away from the Continental, and he does have the knives he would need hidden underneath his skin, along with the fact that he's currently molding his intestines into clay, along with most of his face. So, if anyone is to recognize him and shoot at him, the bullets won't really hit their mark. Now, Midoriya would walk in, and everyone does swiftly turn their head to look at him before just looking back to where they're at, as Midoriya would walk up to the front desk and try to ask a question. If there was a briefcase here. Now, the person does just simply ask for who. And Midoriya would say the last name of the man who raised the other Carter. Now, the person at the desk would just say that they're sorry, but that briefcase is not here. Okay, well, would you mind looking into something for me then? Midoriya asking about a briefcase that arrived 2 years ago, wanting to verify that it was picked up. Alright, please give me a minute. Then I'm going to walk away. Now, the moment that they did do that, we do have Midoriya, who did give it a minute. Before they do, come back. Now, the person does verify that that briefcase was picked up, and they do ask Midoriya a few security questions about it all, wanting to understand that that was his briefcase, if not, at least something he is involved in. Now, Midoriya does take these questions a little bit fast and loose, telling them that that's on a need-to-know basis and that she is not that high yet. Now, with that, the person does at least look at Midoriya a bit suspiciously, before Midoriya does actually just pull out a gold coin and slide it over, telling him that he just simply wants to pick up his case, or at least verify records that he is understanding, and that the people above him, his bosses, they will have his head if he does not verify any of this. Now, the person does just nod, understanding Midoriya's position as they do take the gold coin. Now, they would tell Midoriya exactly where the case was picked up from and who it was dropped off by, talking about how it was one of their other people who do work here at the Continental. Now, with that being said, Midoriya does get their name and a description of this person. As Midoriya, he does walk away, telling the person thank you, as he would leave the Continental immediately. Now, we do have later on into that day, where this person, let's say a woman by the name of, I would say Elizabeth. I don't know. I was gonna say Elizabeth McKenna, but McKenna is the name of the girl in my Tomboy series. I'm sorry, it's very hot in here. Anyways, now, with that being said, Elizabeth does arrive home to her apartment, where she does actually go to walk in, unlocking the door and entering. As she does walk into her kitchen and actually go to prepare herself some food. As she just thinks to herself that it was a very long day on shift, and about how she can't believe the others can even stay in that place. Ah, I don't know, I don't think I could sleep at my own workplace. I prefer this place. Continental pay is good enough. Besides, nothing bad ever. The person actually, with the ingredients in their hand, looking up and seeing Midoriya sitting there with his gun directly in front of him, as they see Izuku Carter. Now, with that being said, the person does just simply drop their ingredients onto the floor and go wide-eyed looking at Midoriya, who does simply just bring his finger up to his mouth, instructing them that if they scream, a lot of bad things are going to happen. You, I don't understand. You're Excommunicado. Yes, I am. You're dead. Hmm? No, I've been on the run for 2 years. Oh my god. It's really you, isn't it? Yes, it is. Now, you're going to tell me something very, very important. Um, okay. Just please don't hurt me. It won't come to that. You are aware of my reputation, everything I've done, even my impossible mission. Yeah, you're a legend. In fact, people are saying that you have quirks. Hmm? Quirks? Yeah, like enhancement abilities, telepathic abilities. It's insane. Is any of it true? No, it isn't. I'm just a normal person with extensive training. Now, 2 years ago, a man by him saying the last name and talking about the item he does want to know about. Now, she does inform him that she was given the task to take it back to the Continental by somebody on the high table, yes, and that she went over the information. Hmm? Really? You did? Yes. In fact, we Continental advisors were sworn to secrecy. If anything does happen that makes us break that in our contracts, well, we don't exist. They get rid of us immediately. In fact, well, just me saying these words could get me killed. Funny, because you not saying them can get you killed as well. Okay, just calm down. No need to do anything rash, right? Rash? 2 years ago, my house was set on fire. My daughter and my wives, they've been abducted. My assets are frozen. My quiet life in retirement is gone. I was honoring the last wish of my mother. And look at me now. If she could see me the way I was, she would put a bullet in my own head just to end my misery. So tell me, what was in that case? Now, the woman does just break down and inform Midoriya about what she does know. The documents she did at least glimpse at. Now, Midoriya is surprised. Her talking about how the documents, they were a plan. That man who died in his hotel room with him, that was part of the plan. It was a way to set you up. Hmm? What are you talking about? Yeah, the high table, they've done something. Since you were tired, they've been trying to gain more control. And, well, you could say that the high table's not high and mighty anymore. They've gone awry. They're dipping their toes in parts of the underworld they weren't supposed to dive into. In fact, well, setting you up, it was part of Mr. Yairuz's plan. Midoriya not saying a word of that. Saying that his father-in-law set him up. Your father-in-law? I never liked that man at all. Let me see. You do know where the high table is established, correct? The person just nodding their head. And Midoriya saying that he is heading there. If she tells anyone, he will come back for her whenever he gets out of there. Her saying that she will not say a word. And how if he's going to kill the high table, then he's going to need a little bit more firepower. Now, Midoriya just laughs this off, talking about how he's got enough firepower as it is, and that he's gonna set the world right. It's just he has to go on a little bit of a journey, somewhere where the high table is rumored to be. Now, Izuku would leave and begin his journey. Now then, Midoriya, he wants to speak to a man who they will actually hear his plea, hear his case. Now, with that being said, Midoriya would begin to travel. And he's moving across the desert, roughly 3 months later. Now, this would be where Midoriya, he does actually walk into a place, him believing it to be a mirage and trying to shake it off, as he does just drop to his knees and fall forwards. Now, Midoriya has been walking for 2 days straight, barely any food, and almost no water. As people do try and help Midoriya back up onto his feet, and give him something to satisfy his thirst. They gave Midoriya a canteen of water, and he just began to start drinking it, and gulping it down, as he does just look up, asking where is he. Now, they do explain that Izuku, he's a very lucky man. Who are you? I'm the man you are searching for, am I not? I'm the Elder. What? I actually found you. Damn. I knew you were here somewhere. Been walking around looking for the past 2 months. I'm aware of that. In fact, we let you find us. Huh. Amazing. It's truly something wonderful. Yes. And it's not just that, you've been surviving. A remarkable man. You've done so many different things for the crime families of all 12 tables. It's impressive. And then there's your little accident. What? Yes. You killed that boy. Man, whatever. Specifics are not needed. However, I do know what you've done. And while you're here, the high table's values, the positions have changed. Yeah, they have. They've been changing for a while. And since I took All for One out of the equation, yes, that's exactly what I was about to bring up. All for One. The man out of the equation, he no longer poses a threat to them. They're finally able to mobilize and make their own plans. In fact, they were actually basing certain things off of his Nomu research. And well, they're looking for a way to stay immortal, or alive, for longer periods of time. These people, they were groomed by their own crime families. They're not going to uphold the values of the High Table. In fact, I'd say that it's time they leave. What do you mean? The High Table needs to be taken down and replaced. In fact, well, you will do it. Okay. I will. Of course. Yes. And you are a very dangerous man. Indomitable will. Knowledge that's surprising. Skills that are needed. Well. Determination. And just that generalized anger. You aren't the boogeyman. You're somebody that I would send to kill the boogeyman. And that's what you're going to do. The 12 families on the High Table, they're so far gone. You are given a task by me. You are going to reset the table from scratch. Now, with that being said, Midoriya does ask the Elder questions. And this man, who doesn't even seem to be in his early 30s, let alone late 20s, does reveal that his quirk is an extended lifespan, and how he has been here since before All for One. In fact, you could say that he may have been the first quirked person, and the world may not have known about it. He's been this way for the last 278 years. Now, Midoriya, he is given supplies and taken away, as he is dropped into a town, being told that the High Table does have a specialized meeting location. This is where they will be meeting. Along with this is where his wives are and his daughter. Now, with that all being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. Have an amazing night. I'll catch you guys in the next part.